Knowing that you have to give evidence in court can be an anxious experience, particularly if it is the first time that you have been called upon to do so. But the justice system relies upon witnesses to come forward and to give evidence about what they have seen and what they have heard. Without witnesses, there can be no justice. What is important to remember is that the judge or magistrate is there to ensure that everyone is treated fairly. Witnesses can always turn to the judge for advice or help if they need to do so.
There are many people to whom you can address your questions and concerns, but your role as a witness is absolutely vital in court proceedings. If you do have any questions, address them to the witness service at Victim Support, an office which is in the Magistrates Court, and which you can contact on this number: 01 534 440496. That number will be included at the end of this film, and indeed the address and the telephone number will be on the sleeve of the DVD. This short film is intended to make you more familiar with the courts themselves, both the Magistrates Court and the Royal Court of Jersey, who works there, and what you will do and what will happen when you go to court. My hope is that when you have seen this film, you'll feel more confident and more familiar with your surroundings.
So let's now join someone who's been asked to give evidence and see how it really feels to arrive at the Magistrates Court as a witness.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, nice to meet you.
Of course, if you've already contacted the witness service, the receptionist may have warned them to expect you. In the Magistrates Court, we have 3 courtrooms, one on the ground floor and 2 on the second floor.
Remember that one? Yes. This is Sarah Shateri. Rachel is our witness today.
The marshalling of witnesses in each court is the job of the court usher, a uniformed member of the court staff who will be in the vicinity of the court to greet you and tell you where to go. Once you've registered with the court usher, it's likely that you will be invited to sit in the lobby, or you'll be shown to the witness waiting room. A lawyer representing whichever party on whose behalf you are giving evidence will most likely wish to meet you and have a brief chat before the proceedings begin. For this reason, it's always best to arrive early. Now imagine, and this is what will happen in practice, that you've been waiting as directed and the usher invites you into court. By the way, although there will be reading material in the waiting room, you may wish to bring your own book or magazines in case you're waiting for some time. You walk in through a side door. Up on what is called a bench, you will see a judge or magistrate sitting in a red robe.
You swear that you declare the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the prosecution against Robert Browning, which you do without favour, hatred or partiality, as you answer to Almighty God at your peril.
On the seats immediately in front of you, you will see a number of lawyers, and in criminal cases, centenaries of the honorary police.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. You're going to be asked some questions by Advocate Pedley. Could you address your answers to me, please?
Well, what happens then? The lawyer introducing your evidence will introduce you to the court, and he may say something rather like this.
Good morning, Mrs. Smith. I think I'm right in saying that your full name is Rachel Smith, and you are a housewife living at Vrac Farm, Latac, St. Juan. I'm going to begin by asking you some questions, and then the learned friend for the defence will cross-examine you after that. At the end of all of our examinations, the learned magistrate may also wish to ask you some questions.
All legal proceedings in the island are digitally recorded, and you will see in front of you a microphone. When you give your evidence, speak clearly, speak up, and try not to be nervous. If you have any difficulties at all, you can always ask the judge for direction. But remember, if you don't know the answer to a question, just say so.
The defendant or accused will be sitting in a secure partitioned area, known as a dock, on the other side of the court.
Once you've given your evidence, you may be told, probably by the judge, that you are free to go. Alternatively, you may wish to sit in the public gallery and see the remainder of the proceedings.
Of course, you may be asked to give evidence in the Royal Court. And apart from the layout of the court itself, much of the process already described will equally apply there. However, you will find that the proceedings are rather more formal and dignified, as you might well expect of the island's most senior and prestigious court. More often than not, the witness service will have agreed to meet you at the reception desk there, or perhaps outside the main entrance to the court itself. If in doubt, seek a direction to the courtroom from the person manning the reception desk. And we will visit there now so that you're familiar with the surroundings and the geography of the court. This time on the judge's bench, you may see more than one judge. Often in the Royal Court, the judge, the bailiff, deputy bailiff or commissioner, is assisted by 3 or more jurats, senior elected members of the Royal Court, who sit as judges of fact. Once again, they all wear red gowns, as distinct from the lawyers on the seats in front of them, who wear black gowns, as in the other court. The defendant or accused, often with his lawyer, is seated on the left-hand side of the court, in those seats which face across the body of the court. The big difference here is the use of 2 witness boxes, any one of which you may be directed to initially, depending upon who will first be asking questions of you.
By its very nature, we can only give you a brief outline of what it is to be a witness here in Jersey in the courts, but please do contact us on 440496 or alternatively email us at victimsupport@jerseymail.co.uk and we will try to answer any queries you may have.